York University is going to swap in a Lysandra band this time. They're going to keep Pike and Thresh. And for Kent State, they're going to keep GP, Evelyn, and they're going to swap in a Samira band. Set is on the table. Is that the first pick of the draft?
I think that is because Samira was the first pick last time around, but it looks like whoever's on red side has to ban the Samira.
Okay, that's true. And it will be a set. And for Kent State, they can respond with their... They could take the Ornn now, again. And they could also respond with the highest priority AD carry. They could go Kate Ornn here, they could go Ashe Ornn here. Or they could... You know, many options.
Kindred.
They could also pick jungle here. I think when York picks first pick set, it's not much of a flex, right? Everybody here who's been paying attention to these teams knows that Flare is the best on this champion by far, so they're going to go ahead and pick their jungler Kindred here. A very interesting pick to see so early in this draft. You could have held your Kindred for a while and picked some more, you know, one-size-fits-all champions, but they're going to opt to run Kindred Alistar as their first two. Okay, very interesting. We'll have to see what York responds with. They could go Ornn Ashe now, and I think have the strongest first three of their draft. Neither team has played any Ashe or Kate this series, or Jhin. It will be a Leona lock here for Luros. Another thing I can add is there has been no Varus Lux from York University. They may have done away with that infamous duo.
And here comes the misfortune pick.
A misfortune coming in, and it's into a Kindred. I'm not sure if that's the best interaction. I think of it two ways. Either you're trying to bullet time the enemy team and Kindred saves them all and renders your ult useless, or everybody's piling into a Kindred ult because of some other situation, and you as MF can clean up and drop it right as it goes away.
And here comes the Silas locked in here. I'm not quite sure.
Silas already? This draft has been, you know, pretty hard to, you know, really interpret. Silas third when your ults are... I like the set ult, I like Leon ult, and I do like MF ult, so I can't really complain about the Silas pick here. It comes in third. It could go mid or top. It's a bit of a flex. And as we are on to round 2 bans, that Ezreal gets banned away before... Oh, it gets banned away by York, which is really interesting. They're going to ban another AD. Who will it be?
Tristan is an option. I don't know if you should be
Right?
banning 80 carries.
I don't think you should ban Ezreal either. The 2 bans from Kent State are directed towards the mid, and they look like pretty rough matchups for the Silas. Right? So these kind of look like Silas cover bans. Meaning Kenny probably will end up on that, but they could always send Condor X top with it. And the second ban at AD will be Kate. This leaves Ashe and Jhin both wide open. Also Tristana, you mentioned Keck. And
I mean, I don't think he's going to pick Tristana this time around because he doesn't have the kill threat of a Blitzcrank.
Lucian is one. Lucian and Draven are two other picks that Star Pwner has found success on. And Lucian if you want the dash away from Leona, and Draven if you want to just fight the MF lane head on. And Veigar comes in. That is very interesting. Into Leona Misfortune.
That is flux all around. Very purple team.
Very purple. And yeah, these champs can go anywhere. It could be Silas top. It could be Veigar in the mid. Right? So they're still kind of leaving up a marksman possibility. And there it is.
There's the Yone.
It's the Yone, but it's Luigi Mash this time. I was looking out for Kenny's Yone. It's Luigi Mash picking up Yone. They need some AP. And are they going to flex the set out of the jungle and into top lane with this pick? They are.
They are. Flare Power is going to be playing Lilia this game.
I like it. I actually love that top side of set, Yone, and Lilia. I love the draft now from York. This looks different. Now your late game carry can be the Yone. And if not the Yone, Lilia at 3 items is strong. And MF, you know, can maybe do her share. We get a Volibear lock. A lot of purple beef for Kent State. And they are heavily indexed on AP, except for the success of their Kindred. right? So
Right.
Kindred needs to be curving in this game, or I think you can maybe stack MR, Merc Treads, and win this. Kent State opting out of Ash, out of Jin. There's plenty of great ADs. Senna. No Ash, no Jin, no Senna here. They go for Vagar. Is it because they have Kindred? We'll have to see. This is a very interesting draft here, and what do you think? I give it to York University.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it to York University as well, but
I love
the thing is, Vygar bot lane, a lot of teams don't know how to play into it.
Right.
And that lane actually has a lot of kill threat.
Yeah.
Deceptively, like, has a lot of kill threat. So, I mean, as long as Laser King and Ailerus understand how to play that lane,
Yeah.
it's hard to predict. It's really hard to predict.
Definitely hard to predict, but maybe we'll mull it over in a quick thought as we go to break. While these guys load into the game, we will catch you on the other side on the Rift shortly. Do not go anywhere. You don't want to see this series end or extend to Game 5 without being here, so catch you soon. Welcome back. We are locked and loaded in onto the Rift for Game 4 of our League Saturday Series Grand Finals Consolation match. That's third place of the entire league. Keck, this league was 8 teams. It went down to 4 in playoffs, and now we are looking at 2 of the top 4 battling out for third place. We have York University versus Kent State University. And do I see some level 1 shenanigans? As we see some members walking over some more, there's a little bit of flirtation here. Looks like Firepower, you know, having a visit in this red quadrant. We see Moosinator on the Alistar dipping into the enemy red himself. Gets that ward out. What do you think?
I don't know what to think. I think my brain was off there.
Before the storm.
Hold on, give me a second to turn my brain back
That's all right. I'll give you a second. Hey, it's all good. There's not much going on anyway. We could talk about team comps, but we already did that. You know what else we could talk about, Keck?
What?
Did you notice I keep saying Season 1?
Yeah.
I have never said that on this cast, but now we know it's Season 1. We added a number to it. I can't spoil why, but I was just saying, did you notice that?
I noticed, yeah.
All right.
I did.
Well, for to the viewers out there in Twitch chat, this is Season 1 Grand Finals Consolation match. And we see Firepower starting on his red. So does Rex. This is a Kindred Lilia matchup. I like that as this series has evolved. We kind of have gotten closer to the meta in terms of the junglers. We now have 2 power farm junglers, right?
One thing I really want to point out here, besides this fight in the top lane, is they cleared their wards. Both junglers had a ward from the enemy team on their red buff, but Kindred cleared their ward, while Lilia left it up.
And now...
So because of that, because Kindred got that information that Lilia chose to go to Krugs after red buff, Kindred can take the blue buff for free.
Yeah, Kindred looking like she's going to be able to 3-buff the Lilia. Depends on... Lilia could book straight to Kindred's blue side and take that,
but they have no intel. They don't know that.
Heck yeah, I was just going to say, it's a great point. The information, the fact that they scan Kindred, they don't know. So pretty soon Lilia will be showing up to no Gromp and no blue buff, while Kindred has the ability to now take her entire blue side if she wants to. And I think that's where she's headed. She could even gank this mid lane that we're looking at now on the way. She might as well. So watch out, Luigi Mesh.
And here comes Kindred. And unfortunately, Luigi Mesh is already spirited in.
Oh!
And he's going for the kill! First blood until Luigi Mesh. Really well played. But return kill for Red. Red will get the kill back.
That was really well played by Luigi Mesh. And I actually really dislike Kenny's flash here in this situation. We see TP's going back mid. And I think they're going to go ahead and trade Scuttles. Kindred's still coming out ahead at the end of the day once she gets her blue. But let me bring this up real quick. I don't think it's necessary for Kenny to flash here because Luigi Mesh is dead as soon as Kindred gets here. So we see them duking it out. 2v1. Luigi Mesh is dead in every scenario here. But Kenny, he flashes and then does not respect the shadow and the range. And then, you know what? Beautiful play by Luigi Mesh on the Yone. Taking the Ignite, getting use out of it, and getting a kill in a 1v2. This is really good stuff for York University. And Kindred, we see, is now getting her blue side, right? And we see Lilia looking for maybe an invade on these Krugs here on the red side. Lilia also having a blue ward on the Raptors for Kindred. Set with a push to back up the Lilia here as she takes the enemy Krugs. This is something we see a lot of in today's League of Legends. Power farming junglers looking to invade with their laners pushing to come help them get camps. We see Kindred is here again mid.
And that's just the repeat action here. They see that the Yone has no flash, so they're just going to repeat gank. And here, again, I feel like they're not... Yone is just not respecting the fact that he has no flash.
And Yone needs to be playing...
Oh, but look at this. The top laner from Chicken Delivery has run down from the top lane into the mid lane here. Well, it looks like they're going to be able to get out.
Kill misses E. Still kind of a 2v2 here. I think all 4 members kind of want this lane push, but they probably won't all die for it. Or any of them will die for it. And yeah, I think the Yone needs to be playing to his Lilia a bit more, right? Like if Lilia's on Raptors, you need to hug top. Try and ward the space between you and your Lilia so you know no one will sneak in there. And just play appropriately. At the end of the day, though, I think mid lane is, I would call it pretty even. Getting a kill on the first gank and then not getting on the second one.
You know what I want to talk about? You brought this up during Champ Select.
Yeah.
How Kent State's team here is so magic damage heavy. Well, look at this. Look at their team. Their Kindred has 2 kills now.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So the 180 threat from Kent State is fed. That's not what York University wants, because if they are able to shut down Kindred, they can just stack MR. And look at this. Kindred is back in the mid lane. Again, Luigi Mash doesn't have flash. And this is a 3rd kill going over to Rect here.
It really is so free for Kindred. The mobility that you have on Yone, you need either a wave to, you know, be stacking Qs on. Your R is usually your best escape tool. And like you said, Rect, no flash means Kindred kind of pick up the free kill. This is just mid-jungle 2v2 between Kenny and Rect that they are just doing... They're doing the mid-jungle better than York up to this point.
Oh, and here we're looking at a skirmish down in the ball lane here. Vagar is going to drop up the event turret. And looks like they're just going to back off.
Yeah,
Dragon's going to go
wave,
over to Kent State.
I don't think that bot lane wave was set. They might just push it back anyway, but... And yeah, you know what, to your point, Keck, looking at the damage profile of this comp, this Kindred needs to be getting items. If Kindred were to be on the receiving end, and let's say she's 0-2, and behind in levels, you know, level 4 or whatever, and Lilia was just running amok, you could then stack not only Merc Treads, but bonus magic resist here, and the Silas and Vagar would have a really tough time dealing any damage. Set wins this trade. Unless Volley turns it all in. We see Moose in the mid. Luigi can get away. Flare and Chicken.
And I mean, ganking the top lane, but because they know that, they can just attack Luigi Mesh again on that Yone.
Right, so if you are Luigi Mesh and you're Yone, you're a melee champion in the mid, right? Everybody has kind of a target on your head. If your Lilia is showing topside, you need to play extra respectful. I think we saw some... Oh, Kenny.
Wow.
Dang. I mean, just conviction on that Silas, knowing he had the damage. I kind of want to see that again. But we have action across the map.
And here, Alistar's back in the bot lane. Going to clear out some pink wards. I mean, control wards. They're not pink anymore. I wish they were.
Why do you wish they were? You just like that color? Anyway, let's bring up the replay here. This is just the Silas kill. I just wanted to see it because the damage, the burst damage was crazy. Rex shows on a pink, so maybe Yone thinks he's safer. Oh yeah, it was Flare Pirate in the mid lane. The replay is a bit long, but watch Kenny here. Just like, wait a second, that's a free kill. Oh, he landed his, okay. Landed his E-chain, can, you know, drop your Q and W then. And yeah, he just kind of exploded. Moosinator in a bit of a good spot, and I think we have a pause coming.
Aileros has left the game.
Aileros has to go get the door once a game. He has solicitors in his neighborhood.
Oh, I see.
That will just not stop ringing his doorbell until he goes and answers. I'm busy, I gotta... Because he's always back in usually like 30 seconds. But to start this game, I think the story is Yone is a melee mid-champion, right? So it's easy to get camped. Kindred is a champion where if she gets on the same screen as Yone and he has no mobility, there's no threat. And while we saw Luigi Mash with a really nice 1v2 kill, props to that. Like, props to taking that 2v1 and outplaying.
Right.
and keep trying. I think once you get your R on Yone, like keep trying. Just you need your Lilia. Mid jungle 2v2, Keck. Mid jungle 2v2. It's seriously so important. If you're a mid laner, you need to lean to your jungler. You need to have wards on the enemy jungler. You know what I'm saying? You need to know when to back up when your jungler is making a play. I think Luigi Mesh just missing some of these details in these really crucial moments ended up getting punished. We saw Moosinator on the Alistar roaming up to help, which I think is great. Like it was, I think, a mid lane centric kind of early game, and we see Moosinator was able to show up and turn what looked like could have been a good play for Luigi Mesh. So a pretty close game so far. I think it's any team's game, and you know my eyes are probably going to be on Yone and his item spikes here as we enter the mid game. Now,
So,
did you watch any of the G2 Damwon this morning?
I saw
Be
game
honest,
4.
I
saw game 4.
You
That's
saw
all I
game 4?
And apparently it was the... oh, wait, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, maybe. Should you not?
Maybe we
Is
should.
it too soon?
Maybe too soon.
Too soon. Too soon.
It's too soon.
What about R.I.P. Bjergsen?
Man!
Too soon?
I'm so sad.
All
Oh,
right,
and we're
and we are
back.
back. Yeah, Keck's too soon on the Bjergsen. Jesus, Keck. I haven't even processed that. I heard that. I spilled my coffee on myself. I was like, what? Right before the show. Jesus.
I'm distraught. I'm distraught. Way too soon.
All right, well, Starpwner dropping cage, baiting Aluros into Moosinator like, oh, I don't have cage. I'm vulnerable. Moose is chilling in that brush. And just farming it out on the MF. In this lane, oh, double cage. Double knockup.
And Aileros has left the game once again.
This time for good?
This time they are going to pause when she comes back. Okay.
And we are back. It's all about us now, Keck.
Did he?
We are the show.
That was just way too soon. I wasn't emotionally ready for that.
You know, why did he do this to us? Who do we have now?
Why did you have to break it up? No, but
Who do we have?
I honestly don't. I mean,
Cloud9.
TSM has Sword.
Okay.
Apparently he's some like super crazy upcoming talent.
Fudge?
I don't know if they're gonna bring him up and we're back in game.
Keck, what did I say? It's too soon. I don't want to hear about Sword. I want to know what happened to Bjergsen. I'm just kidding. I will actually look into Sword. That sounds promising talent. Also, Fudge coming in for Cloud9 in the top lane is, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game for now. It's there is some scoffing going on at Herald. If this goes over to Kindred for free, I might have some questions.
Oh, and look at this. We got some aggression coming in onto the ball lane here. This Fortune and the Leona CC chain into the bullet time. What a great combo. The Ignite is not quite able to take down on Starpwner. She flashes away, and Starpwner lives with a sliver of HP. And here comes Moosinator, maybe possibly getting a return kill, and Starpwner's coming back in.
It goes to Laser King does get the one kill, but you could tell obviously they wanted this kill on Starpwner so badly. I think the Leona ulti missed on him, and that would have been what killed him despite his cleanse, because he gets away with 1 HP. Can they push this wave and reset it is my next question. They should be able to. Either way, it looked kind of sad, but great job, York University, getting that kill.
Oh, and look at this in the mid lane again. Luigi Mesh is going to get attention, more attention. What they see the Kindred there on the back, looking to possibly. And Lilia's here in the mid lane as well, dropping one of her, I believe it's an E?
Okay. I have a question. How do you get the passive on them to sleep them as Silas? Is it any ability? Like
Any ability, yes.
Okay,
When
so
Silas steals Lilia, all his abilities will proc the passive.
Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting ulti, I think, for Silas to have. Pretty cool.
Oh, Condrax might not want to take this trade. It's a level down. Not to mention, Seth has the... Oh, and Seth's going to get the Playmaker, and he uses the Showstopper. Watch out, watch out, watch out! Chicken Delivery is here with the kill in the solo onto Condorix.
Solo Bolo by Chicken Delivery, saving the What is the name of Settle? I'm really sorry.
Showstopper.
Saving the Showstopper for the last hit just to RKO him.
RKO out of nowhere.
And that was out of nowhere. Beautiful. He's up 30 farm. And Chicken Delivery putting a show on this set as well. Multiple great set players here. That is just still a very nice champion. And yeah, he's a conqueror fighter that wants to take damage from you and then deal true damage back. So bad idea for Volibear to really be in a boxing match with him for too long. Volibear wants to, use his burst cooldowns and walk away. But either way, great job by Chicken Delivery getting that solo kill, keeping York in this game. And now it is
and look at this. Kenny is going to drop the Lily ult onto the set, making him go to sleep. And look at this. They're looking to contest the dragon. Oh, and the CC chain into the sleep. Vanguard just gets blown up by the bullet time. And here, look at this. Kenny's on the FF, but he's going to flash for the Lilia, who is actually so fast. Going to run away. Later, the Rune King popped in. Here comes the Kindred ultimate onto the back of the Haymaker from Chicken Delivery. He's healing so much.
Is he 1v9? I don't think he can.
Not quite, not in this situation. Here comes the Volibear. Double kill going over to Kenny here on that Silas. And this is going to be the next dragon going over to Kent State.
It was a valiant effort. We saw Luros CCing Starponer so that Laser King on the MF can ulti him down. So Vagar was a non-factor. But I think it was just Kenny doing too much work as we bring the fight up again. This is actually the end of the fight. Watch Chicken flash in. And the Lamb's Respite kind of stunting his play. MF in an awkward situation. She wanted to help, but was in range of chain. As we see a 2v1 in the mid lane, Luigi Mash under pressure again. TP comes in. What is going to happen?
Here comes the ultimate from Luigi Mash, and he gets blown up. Haymaker from Chicken Delivery here, but Set is going to get his ultimate stolen. Kenny's taking the RKO back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Misclick. Okay, yeah, we see the TP comes in, gives Luigi Mash the go-ahead, but he is just too confident. Maybe doesn't see Alistar there, and then knock-up, and then Chicken Delivery. I think he's forced to turn here because he is just past the middle of the lane with 3 melee members right on top of him. And quickly, this game has turned into what looks like Kindred can pop off. They have plenty of AD now, and Yone was punished through his lane phase. He needed to get by a little less scathed than now. I'll give him props for keeping farm close, but the plays that we've seen, the impact on the map, you got to give it to Kenny thus far.
Is there really props to Luigi for keeping farm close, or is it just flame for Kenny for farm being low?
That's a good point. I think Kenny's been pushing and moving and being on the map, and when you do that,
right,
it's hard to keep your farm numbers up, but it's possible.
Damage onto Starponer here.
And we saw Starponer get chain CC'd in MF ulti and die instantly, which is the fear any team should have when you lock in Vagar into these two champs. But this time he has cleanse. He opts to use the flash to get away there. That's a pretty important cooldown. And no objective for 3 minutes. We are just laning it out.
Yeah, the next dragon won't spawn for another 3 minutes here, but I mean, right now, Kent State is so comfortably ahead. I mean, not that comfortably ahead, but they are ahead.
They are definitely ahead. I would say comfortably ahead, Kick. I don't think. Okay. Yeah, run with that. Pretty comfortable.
Unfortunately for Luigi Mash, he does not seem to be having a very fun game.
No, but you know what? This York comp, the last one I thought completely fell flat. No scaling. Oh, look at that.
And that damage from Chicken Delivery onto Volibear here. He probably could have killed him if he upped his ultimate.
Yeah, I think so too. But the late game scaling of York, they have Yone, I think can carry a game late. Set scales pretty well into late, not the best.
Oh, look at this. Flare Pie is in the lane again. This is what he loves to do. He
cleanse.
Loves to lane gank. And Musinator, being the hero for his AD carry, is going to stay back and CC the rest of their team. Here comes Kenny with the teleport. But Flare Pie They're going to turn on to Kenny. Kenny's going to be shut down. Flare probably gets 800 gold from him. So here goes Alistair going back
Laser?
in. But Laser King is shutting down Stormfronter. Oh my god, they are so low. And Alistair, what looked like a good turnaround counter game from Kenny with his teleport was a catastrophe for Kent State.
What a beautiful turn with this MF here combined with the Luros on the Leona and Flare Pyre with the Lilia. Let's watch it back and kind of break it down. It looks like a pretty good play for Red here, but watch this. MF bullet time does so much damage. Kenny is just taken out immediately with the smite, and you still have a health bar here on Lilia, who can soak a lot of damage. And the MF forces Vagar away. Lilia lives, and MF being without threat that entire fight means she can just DPS all 3 down, and that's another BF on top of her completing her Reaver. MF could now be a force in this game if she gets an early IE and another component to IE to MF. And I was just making the point of how this York University comp can scale into the game. I will stand by that. I think a lot of it has to do with Yone, but for this mid-game, 17 to 25 minutes, it can be carried by Laser King and Flare Pyre on these really strong mid-game champs, MF and Lilia.
In Rift Herald, unfortunately for some reason, the spectate does not bring up the indicator for Herald Slay, but Flare set Chicken Delivery was able to secure Herald for this team. And what in the world? Laser King just by himself as an AD carry in Season 10.
I don't think it was that troll. I just think it's kind of unfortunate that Kenny can just E and then use the Super Soaker and slow you and MF while immobile. I think she took the right path trying to run it up, but it cannot be in an isolated situation with Silas at all. I don't think that's... yeah, never mind. It's free Drake. That's rough.
And here, this looks like the third dragon going over to Kent State Esports.
That's a sad timeline. No. For third Drake to go to Kent State off the back of just a free pick on MF, I feel like it's not really Laser's fault. Maybe he should have had his support by his side in that particular moment, but it's only easy to say after it goes down. Chicken Delivery is top here with the Herald. There's a rotate coming to him as we see these two clear out that pink. He should know he could possibly be in danger. We'll have to see. Do they want to commit?
He's just going to channel the recall. Now he has the Rift Herald.
The Herald recall. We have a bit of a skip. Ooh, tension rising. Chicken could be dead right now, Keck. We wouldn't even know.
Yeah, what's going on here? Oh, we're back.
And the Herald recall gets him out. What was Condorex doing? Was he out of vision?
He was out of vision.
Oh, no play there.
Well, that was really well played from Chicken Delivery to know that he could use the Herald recall to get himself out of that really bad situation.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that was a great play. Both mid laners now in the bot side. This is where Luigi Match can feel a bit more comfortable about walking up and not being perma-ganked every time he goes to farm. Now that he's in this side lane, I think Yone is a champion that you need to minimize your 1 through 6 lane phase and get to side as fast as possible, where you can start min-maxing and taking 1v2s and stuff. So Luigi Match, this guy's ahead in farm. I don't really care about the 1-6 scoreline that much. It sucks that you got Kindred into the game curving, but you know, on Yone, if you get to side and you're farming, you get those 2 items, you can really carry the game. And Laser King walking so close.
Because they saw that Leona was topside, they don't care anymore. They're just gonna kill Laser King. Laser King is just, he has to realize that if the rest of his team gets spotted, he can't be the one running up mid lane by himself.
Yeah.
He has to be really far back. And Lilia's going to walk right into the event horizon.
But she has Mercs herself, which is great. I think if she didn't have Mercs there, she was dead. But yeah, I think you hit it on the head, Keck. If your team is showing in your MF, you cannot be past, you know, tower.
And look at this. They're going to start taking the bot lane tower. Really using that mid lane advantage that they built up as a team here. They move that into the other lanes.
Right. Translating their advantage lane to lane, getting structures here while we are in between neutral timers. You see Baron's up, but You know, it's fresh 20 minutes. Neither team really wants to threaten it. And Drake number 4 is coming up. 2 minutes 20. And that's for Kent State. Gonna be Seoul again. Mountain again. Everything could possibly be put on the line in 2 minutes here in that river. Lilia has Leandries though, okay? Lilia at 2 and 3 items can 1v9 fights. Like, we've all seen it at Worlds. You can sleep up to 9 players.
Oh, that's a good, that's.
And that is very powerful in the right circumstance. So my eyes are on Player Power here to try and get the, you know, there's a sweet spot. You don't want to sleep 9, you want to sleep 5.
But don't forget, Silas can also do the same.
That's right.
He can steal the Lilia ultimate. If he gets his damage off on all 5 members of the enemy team, he can pull off a sleep as well.
Yeah, but that's the hard part.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
You know, getting the passive on all 5 would be extremely hard on Silas.
Oh, and here looks at some aggression here. Flare Pie is going to get poked out by Rex here. So much damage onto the Lilia there.
Yeah, Storm Razor's rush, man, that was a lot of damage. And is that for Drake? You cannot just give up here. You can't even recall. Oh, it's another minute. I'm sorry. Yes, you can recall. What am I thinking?
But because they're forcing him to recall, they're able to find advantages on the map now. They know that they have numbers advantage.
Yeah, Moose theoretically could be walking in. They probably want Vagar and Volibear to be on the map before they do anything too crazy. But they could be walking into that red quadrant and trying to get some more vision control. I think that's what you would do to increase your chances of getting this soul. But for now, they will be comfortable claiming ownership of the river.
And if any of the viewers are curious, we did a quick check on Vygar's current AP and his current stacks. He currently has, I have no idea how many stacks he has, but he has 564 AP. Oh, and here looks like there's a fight going down. Teleport might be a little bit too late from Condrix here. Kindred forced to burn the ultimate to keep the rest of her and her team alive. And there's so much damage going down. Shutdown from Lilia onto the Kindred. And this looks like almost a clean ace.
York University popping off and taking the win here, preventing the Kent State Drake Soul. And I love this rotation. This is absolutely what you have to do. You keep Chicken Delivery to solo Drake, and you send the team to Baron. This is absolutely what needs to be done. So many teams here would have all 5 people killing Drake and wasting time. And Aluros again with another pause. If it wasn't high enough stakes, if it wasn't tense enough, if it wasn't epic enough of a series, we have another pause so we can reflect even more. Keck, what do you think about what you've seen so far?
Oh, man. I was not expecting York to win that fight.
No, I wasn't either. I think you... Oh, we could have brought up a replay, but the play sequence is not exactly over. And I think the 3-man is going to opt not to Baron. I don't think they had enough HP. Either way, they will go ahead and take that soul right there. As you see, Chicken Delivery will grab. And they're not going to overgreed and look for Baron as well. But let's get another look at this fight. Starts with a stun on Chicken. No flash to start the fight. That's tough. But watch as Luigi mash on the Yone go in. The disengage isn't there quite yet. Moosinator gets picked by MF. The follow-up is there, and I think you nailed it on the head. The TP was late. The TP was late, and the fact that they 5v4'd for a few seconds starting off, Moosinator could not get into the Lamb's Respite in time, and the numbers just went the way of York University. Lots of factors to consider in that fight. Lilia with Leandries, really strong there. She gets a double. MF on those 2 items. She gets a couple kills there too. So York University evening up the game, even getting ahead in gold. But Kent State with a 2 Drake advantage. All eyes are now on the Baron.
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting York to be able to do that much damage there. They really layered their CC extremely cleanly there. And I have to say, it was really just on Condrix just being really late to that fight. They need that front line to be there if they want to take that 5v5 fight.
Yeah.
You know what Kent State University's team is really strong at doing is picking people off. They have the Vygar cage, they have the Alistar, they can find picks easily. But when it comes to a 5v5 scenario, they need their Volibear to be there with them.
Absolutely. And you know what, Keck? I think a lot of tops, including myself for a very long time, it's our natural intuition. We want to pressure a lane and then TP when it's necessary, right? Because the pressure we get is free. And then, you know, you can...
Are you sure it's pressure or is it the extra free farm?
No, but let me... it's the farm. It's the farm. Let me finish, though. It's better nowadays, especially in 5v5. The more important the Drake is, the more it's just like TP early. TP, just don't be late. Like, top laners, you need to be there on time nowadays, especially when you're playing frontline Volibear, who's kind of a CC tank. But,
especially look at the tank, the items he's building. That's just pure tank Volibear.
Frontline, right. Like, yeah, he should have been there a bit earlier. But I do understand the desire to pressure lane while holding TP because that's how you can get the most out of these situations. But in this circumstance, wasn't the best call.
Oh, and look, it's like a duking. They're duking it out a little bit in the bottom lane.
Whoa.
And Kenny just losing that considerably.
I think that was Chicken Delivery. He is cool with this fight. He gets Kenny's Zanies for free. He can do this.
Here comes Kenny's best friend, Rex here. Oh my goodness.
Rex spaced him out there. I think Chicken could have made a play there, but got spaced out properly by the Kindred. And
I don't think Chicken realized that third proc from her their E would do that much damage. Because remember, Kindred's E scales with crit.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And I don't think Chicken Delivery was ready for that extra crit execute. And because their star player is down, they're looking to for this Baron. They're looking to force that 5v4.
Lilia can do a ton of work here. Once this cage goes down, it's on.
This cage, not quite yet. Baron down to 5k. Lilia looking for a possible steal or an engage. Aileros on the side here. Leona looking for some good CC chain onto priority targets. Condrix is running in. 1v5 pops the ultimate cage as well. Bullet time. Red team is going to secure the Baron, but here comes the Leona ultimate. There might be a fight that ensues here. Teleport coming in from set, but Red team knows they have to leave. Chicken Delivery and the rest of his team are looking for picks. They're trying to deny as many Baron buffs as possible, but the event horizon for Star Opponent is going to stop them dead in their tracks.
And Kent State are able to get the Baron and get away, only losing Volibear, who basically just 1v5 tanked so that his team could secure. So, you know, no knocks on anybody there. Pretty clean Baron take by Kent State off of the pick on Chicken Delivery that we saw pretty well played by Rekt. Kent State looking to maneuver this mid game and get these objectives. I still think Soul is going to be what's most important here. We'll have to see how much work they can do with Baron, or are they going to use their Baron for proper Drake setup to get this Soul.
We'll have to see here. But if this Dragon goes over to Kent State, they will have a considerable lead.
But it's really amazing how close it is. Every single game in this series has been, like, at some point in the game, like, remarkably close. And you can say that even about this game. It's a 200 gold deficit. The Drakes are definitely the big gap, and the Baron buff is what Kent State has to work with right now.
All right, this time around, Condrix is going to TP early. Condrix TP to the bot lane right away. This Dragon is crucial.
He's already there, I think.
Yep, teleported bot lane. And here we are. And right now, Star Opponent is zoned out by the rest of York University here. He has to take the long way to the Baron.
This is where Camille would be nice. You just jump on that champion, and if you have follow-up, they can die. A couple Super Soakers missing. Bowling Ball hits 1 or 2.
Yeah, bowling ball.
Wait, quick question, Keck. If you Luden's proc onto someone else, does it give him Lilia passive?
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
I want to say no.
You can tell,
here
right?
comes the bullet time, though. Looking to just choke them out.
Chicken!
And this Dragon is going to go down to who? Which team at 700 HP? The Kindred ultimate denies this secure onto the Dragon here. And it's going to go down to blue team. York University secures it with the Misfortune, but the rest of their team, they're getting eviscerated. Here comes Kenny. He's chasing down Laser King. And here he is. He's healing for so much. Kingslayer doing so much work here, and Shutdown going over to Star Opponent here on this Vigar.
What a fight in York University. Deny Kent State the Drake, but my eyes were on the Dragon. We have to get to the bottom of how this fight went down. I really missed a lot of the actual combat. But, man, Wrecked on 3 items was probably putting work in. We have a replay we can check. We'll have to see what kind of siege they do. Kent State having Baron already. They lose their 4th Drake opportunity, but can they break base? In response, it looks like it.
Looks like York University were able to deny the Dragon's soul, but now it looks like Kent State are going to deny a chance at a comeback, taking down the mid lane inhib. They're looking to close out this game soon.
I think that is a worth for everybody play at 30 minutes. Seriously, like, everybody can call that worth. which is crazy. At 30 minutes, that rarely ever happens. But let's take a look at this fight. So we know MF and blue team get Drake, but watch the red members in. We have Volibear going in. Kindred would have gotten gibbed by the set here, but has the Lamb's Respite into Zanya's. Now, who is doing the bulk of the damage? It must be Veigar cooldowns and just the overall sustained fight going in the way of Kent State. And Rekt was able to get away and heal back up. Chicken Delivery, I believe, almost made a play that would have gibbed Rekt before he got his ult off, but it was just milliseconds. He gets the ult off, was able to survive and remain DPSing. These fights with the Lamb's Respite, Keck, are really, really interesting, and I must admit, hard to track because people are just 1 HP not going down, and fights can turn just with that cooldown.
As Echo would say, it's not how much time you have, it's how you use it. And look at this, we have a 1v1 in the top lane here between Kenny and Luigi Mash.
You mean as Jensen would say? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
As Jensen would say.
Iconic duo. Jensen is using the Archie. Alright, sorry, we're off track here, but looking back at this fight in the top lane, looking to finally take down the last 2-1 tower. And look at this, Chicken Delivery is actually on the losing side of this trade now with Kenny.
Yeah, but if that was an all-in, my money's on set.
Oh, and Star Poner fights Aileros. Who wins this?
Or does Aileros find Star Poner? Lilia goes in.
Star Poner just blows up the Leona, like, instantly. And he blows up Set as well. Lilia is so deep, but here comes the showstopper from Kenny. He's saying, I stole your man's ult. I'm going to do it better. And look at this, in a 1v2 in the top lane here. Luigi Mash looking to possibly kill and take down Rekt here, but the Lamb's Respite comes down and saves their life. This looks like almost a near full ace across the entire map.
It's a wipe for Kent State, and if they weren't split as a team, they could probably look for an end, but it looks to me they might go 3 inhibs here. We'll have to keep an eye on
This might be a possible end, actually. Look at this. Kindred is running down towards that bottom lane. They're looking to take down that mid-inhib. Not mid-inhib. They're looking to take down bottom turret and inhib.
Timers are averaging 20, 15 seconds. It is an end.
This is an end here.
Members will be up soon. I think it's hard to say. I think it's end.
It's definitely, it looks like it's going to be an end. Open Nexus here right now. Aileros not able to find CC onto any priority targets here. Condrix is trying so much time for the rest of his team to hit the Nexus, and in a 3-1 fashion, Kent State University will take this series.
They take the series 3-1, and that's Kent State. Sorry, Keck, but I have to say, your coin lost, and I was on 3-1, but forget about me for a second. Great job, Kent State, the efforts. I think that game boiled over.